Hey guys, as you all know, I recently hit 100 paintings here on this channel, so I thought it would be fun to kind of do a little ranking video and rank all of the paintings from my least favorite to my most favorite. Now, because there are 100 paintings, I thought it would be fun to do them by year, so today we are ranking all of the paintings from year 1 of this series. So I'm going to be bringing every painting on one by one. We're going to go from my least favorite to my most favorite. And yeah, I thought this would be a really fun thing to do, to rank all of the paintings. So here we go. I'm going to bring them all up one by one, except for the first one, which is Hide and Peek. Oh, good God, I want to just stop talking about Hide and Peek. This is the worst painting I've ever done. Not just on Let's Paint. Not just on Let's Paint. This is the worst painting I have ever done. The reason I did not bring this one on camera is because this is actually the only painting in the entire series that I have painted over. What did I paint? What did I paint on top of Hide and Peek? You will find that out in the year 3 ranking video, actually, so stay tuned for that. Coming in at number 19, we have Gloam Valley. Really, this one has pretty much the exact same problems as Hide and Peek. When I first started doing Let's Paint, I put like a little black outline around the paintings just to kind of give it the impression that it was on a TV screen. And as you can see, it didn't really work so well. It kind of muddied the colors a little bit, and it didn't really work. It didn't really work for me, so that's why Gloam Valley is number 19. Number 18 is Choo Train. This one was kind of just done as a joke. It wasn't really like a serious painting. I thought of the idea and kind of scrapped it. I talked about this in the video. I thought about this idea and scrapped it. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought it would make a really cool painting. And I am happy, given the concept that I was given. I am happy with how it turned out. But this was a joke painting, so that's why it ends up pretty low on the list. 2019, 18. Okay, this is number 17. I had to make sure. Coming in at number 17, we have View of the Maple. This is an early one, and I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I kind of do hate. This right here is supposed to be like a shadow from the tree, and yeah, that part didn't really work. That's really the one part that I don't really like about this painting. The rest of it isn't terrible. I do wish I had put more detail on the leaves in the trees, and maybe a little bit more detail in the sky, but otherwise I'm happy with this one, and I like how it turned out. At number 16, we have yet another really early painting, Tidal Koopa. So this one, I do like how this one turned out. I just, compared to everything else from that year, I don't really love it. I mean, I love how it did the water here, the tidal wave, but I think most of the painting, pretty much the entire painting except the wave, looks pretty flat, and yeah, I'm not a perfectionist now, but even more so back then, I was not a perfectionist at all. I did not care if anything looked good or not, so, you know. At number 15, we have Goomba Stomp. This is really just a quick one I threw together. I was having a little sleepover with my friend Christopher, who you guys have seen on the channel multiple times before, and I was actually drawing this painting out, trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with it, and Christopher was there helping me out, and he told me I had to redraw Mario because he said it looked like Mario was kind of doing a split on top of the Goomba, so I had to redraw his legs. His legs originally were kind of going out like this, when one leg should be forward like this, you know, so I did have to redraw Mario's legs, but aside from that, I think it turned out nice. At number 14 is Howl. This one was done towards the end of year 1, and while I don't love how this one turned out, I did have to go back and redo a couple things to make this look a little bit better. Also, there's a hair on here, I just realized. You can go away. It didn't turn out too bad, but there's a lot of things. It could have been more interesting. I do think that the wolf's ears right here turned out a little bit wonky. It kind of just looks like one one thing. I don't even know how to describe it, but his ear looks weird is what I'm trying to say. You can kind of see it right there. That ear just looks kind of weird. But the rest of the painting is good, and I do like it. At number 13, we have Become the Enemy. Another pretty early one. I like how the enemy turned out. I think the enemy turned out nice, but the grass, especially this right here, kind of got muddy, and it looks pretty flat. And I wasn't intending this, but everyone I showed this painting to said Kirby looks like he's yelling at the enemy, when I was intending to have him looking like he was sucking the enemy in, kind of like he's about to become him, hence the title, Become the Enemy. So, you know, that didn't turn out too great. The sky turned out a little bit wonky, and the star right here it turned out upside down, which I didn't intend either. So there's just a lot of problems with this one, but I do like how the enemy and how most of this painting turned out. It's just, compared to the others, I don't even know why this one is so high up on the list, actually. And at number 12, we have Peking Boo. This one, I actually do like this one. I was actually coming up with the idea for this one when Steven was around, and I was telling him the idea, and he said, "Oh, you should put a boo behind the tree, kind of peeking out." So I included that, and I actually named this painting after that little detail there, which is cool. So yeah, this is called Peking Boo, named after the boo kind of peeking out from behind the tree. And I think it turned out really neat. At number 11 is Melty Molten Galaxy. This one is pretty cool. I like how the sky looks, even though it did turn out a little muddy, especially right in here. It kind of turned out a little bit muddy because I used to paint everything all at once. When I first started this series, I used to paint the entire canvas all at once with no stopping and no layering, really. It was just all done at once. So this part ended up a little bit muddy. So, you know. But I think, given what I could do at the time, I think it turned out nice. I think it did. At number 10 is Aqua Lake Zone. This is just another quick one that I just kind of threw together at some point. I remember when I painted this one, I was like, I really want to paint something from Sonic. I don't play Sonic, but I really want to paint something from Sonic. So I just went online and looked at the different stages to kind of figure out exactly which stage I wanted to paint, and exactly which one looked easiest to paint at the time. And I chose Aqua Lake Zone. So yeah, that's why I didn't choose any of the more iconic Sonic stages, but because I really just wanted to do something easy, because I was just starting out, you know. So that's why it looks like this. But I think it does turn out. I think it did turn out really cool. And at number 9, it is Fanciful Fluff and Feathers. This one it's interesting. I think the only reason I like this one so much is because it has rainbows, and you guys know how much I love color, and I love rainbows, so, you know. This one actually, I am actually happy with this one. It is a little bit flat. The sky, I really should have added something else to the sky, but I didn't. But besides how flat the sky looks, I do really like how it looks. I think the clouds are a little bit wonky, especially right here. This one just turned out kind of goopy, really. But I do like how this one turned out, because the sky is a little bit flat, and because the clouds are a little bit weird. It didn't end up as my favorite of year 1, but definitely not the worst. Definitely not the worst from year 1. At number 8, we have Midway Birthday. Ooh boy, this one was a struggle to complete when I first did it. Oh dear God, I remember just how much of a struggle this painting was. But I got it done. And I think it looks really neat. And this one was supposed to come out on my birthday in year 1. And so I was really struggling the day before my birthday to finish this painting and get it done. And on top of that, we also had company over, and they really wanted to, you know, play with me. And I was like, I really gotta get this done. I gotta get this done by tomorrow. and I like how it turned out. I remember struggling with this one a lot, so that's why it's pretty high up on the list. At number 7, we have pellets. Pellets, that's what it's called. Just another really simple one. I do like how it turned out because I did the ghost kind of in an 8-bit style, and I kind of like how it turned out. It looks kind of cool. This one did get taken down from Redbubble because of copyright reasons, but you know, I like how it turned out. I also thought it would be fun to kind of skew the angle a little bit, so instead of being straight on, it was kind of like this. I thought that would look cool, and it does. It does. And at number 6 is New Leaf, New Year. This one is one that I did very shortly after New Year's, actually. I just kind of threw this one together just to do something for New Year's, and I think it turned out cool. I do kind of wish I had put a little bit of a shadow, or maybe even changed the color of his shoes, because I noticed that the color of his shoes kind of blended in with the grass, so I outlined them a little bit so you could actually see them. I'm not so sure if I like that part, but the rest of it is good. I like that. At number 5 is Strawberry Short Fuse. Another kind of simple one. This was the very last painting that I painted in year 1, so it kind of holds a special memory in my heart of just closing off the first year of Let's Paint. At number 4, we got Serena Beach Sunset, which is actually the painting that started this whole series. This was the very first painting of Let's Paint, and you know, I didn't want to put it low on the list. But yeah, I didn't want to put this one too far down the list because it's just a great memory, because it started the whole series, so you know, it had to make it pretty high on the list. And number 3 is High Sea Adventure. This one, I remember getting really frustrated when painting the white layer on top of all this, because I painted the white on top, because I painted all of this all at once, so you know, painting the white layer on that, I was getting kind of frustrated and bored, and so I do think that this part right here, this little bit, turned out a little bit wonky. If I could go back and fix that, I would just kind of refine the detail, make that look a little bit nicer. I would pretty much just refine the entire thing, really, but I do like how it turned out, and yeah, ended up number 3 on the list, so obviously I like it. And number 2 is Fishing. This is another really early one. I have always loved this one. I have always loved how this one turned out, and I will admit I've gotten a lot better in painting since I did this one, but I've always loved it. I've always loved how this one turned out. Just everything about it, except for really the outlines, but you know, that's to be expected from when I was from when I first started. Oh, and this fishing rod right here. I was trying to make that all nice and delicate, and it ended up really thick. But you know, it's always been one of my favorite paintings I've done in this series. And finally, the crowning moment. The number 1 painting from year 1 is Viridian Forest. This one just, oh god, I remember, once again, I remember struggling with this one. This is the painting right here where I really started to, you know, push myself. And I remember, especially towards the end, I was getting really frustrated because, you know, when I was painting this one, I was actually recording on my phone. So, you know, my phone had run out of space, so I had to rush downstairs really quick, empty out the card, or empty out my phone, come back up, and then paint this one a little bit more. And yeah, I just remember really struggling with this one, but despite all the struggles, I remember it as being the painting that really pushed me to get better with my art and to, you know, start doing things that I normally wouldn't do with my art. So for that reason, I had to give it the number 1 spot. This is actually my favorite painting of Let's Paint because of that. It's the painting where I pushed myself, so it really does end up being my favorite painting that I've ever done. So yeah, and that is all the paintings from year 1. So stay tuned for tomorrow, where we will be ranking everything from year 2. See you then.